Hey all, 118 Set Shadow here. So, we're gonna have another review of what's happening with the Colosseum series now, which the biggest thing is the massive buyout that we're seeing on Quam founder of Onyudo, which this is not surprising whatsoever, except for the fact that it happened very quickly and looks like we're already seeing pretty high levels on its price. So when I last talked about this card back on Sunday, the card was down to $12, $13, and now the market price has already jumped up to almost $20, and the only listings available are $35 onward and upward, 6 listings altogether. And the Super Legendary of Quan is now out of stock at a market price of $32.25. While we do have Ultimate Rares still available, they're starting from $250, and the market price there is currently $235. Then there's also Cursecrafter, which is a Evo Gold, which, as we've discussed before, Evo Gold rares tend to have a higher value overall, which right now it's following that trend quite nicely. A little while ago, the card got bought out from its dollar valuation to almost $20, and now the card has a number of listings back on the market that are around $10. The consolidation is more so as actually around $15 when you consider the shipping and handling, but we do have a number of copies just under that without that shipping cost to be considered. Even so, it would be very tough to see this card actually manage to sell at 20, to be honest. Even as a gold Evo, I mean, we haven't seen it happen yet. So I just don't really want to believe that it will, I guess. In any case, I would say $10 is probably going to be around where it's at. Even Drake Near, I think, only topped out at about $15 in terms of actually selling. Amata's Fairy Blader is another card that's actually getting bought out from set 6 right now. Currently, we're down to 4 listings on this one when it comes to the regular legendary, and it's $7 to start off with the market price being around 6. And the super legendary has 3 listings right now, starting from 20, and the market price is currently around $19. I mean, Forest is still a popular deck to play for this format. That's all I can really say about it. But in terms of set 6 legendaries and just big movements, these 3 cards are among the biggest to see right now compared to any of the others. Now, looking back at some other cards, we've also got Fina Dynamite Daredevil, which is still holding around a $5 price point, both towards base listing and market price, and it's still selling. Not sure what happened with the new format of looking at the sales, but we'll skip that. And the consolidation is at $5 right now. The starting seller right now has 68 copies of this on his own listing. And then from there is a $4 listing with only 12 copies, although that one has shipping attached to it as well. So if you buy multiple copies, that's overall cheaper. But in any case, the quantities are really consolidated in this one seller at $5. So unless that gets completely bought out, I don't think this card can really go much higher. A card that did get bought out, though, is Prime Dragon Keeper, which I talked about this one a few times. It's a gold from set 4 and is basically the core card of its own type of deck for Dragoncraft, and it's finally gone up in price. I mean, in terms of actual sales, we do see a small amount of them selling for $1 and higher. And there was a $3 sale recently as well. But now the lowest price on this card is also $5. And with no foil but an ultimate rare as the alternative, there are not too many there are no other alternatives that you can pick in order to pick this card up. And when it comes to the ultimate rare, that's much higher. Running the Encroaching Heat. This is a Swordcraft spell from Uma Musume that I just wanted to point out. Lots of listings on the market for this one, and for Glory Finder format, you'll probably see this get teched in many decks just because it gives any follower Storm. And then in terms of where it is at, though, it's pretty cheap to pick up even for its foil. The foil is currently $1 base, and then if you want the regular gold one, it's 9 cents at the lowest, so very easy to grab. Azazel got a lot more copies for its Evo recently, and while the market price has been on the rise, it's still holding at around $1.50, while the lowest price you can pick it up at is $1.25. Consolidation is around $2.50 right now for most of the quantities, but there are still 4 copies that you can pick up, at least from these first 2 sellers, that are still under $1.50. Penguin Wizard. Now, we got the promo variant for the Evo version as part of a Showdown series, but the only other way to pick this up right now is from the original starter deck for Rune or from Glory Finder now. And right now the card's base form is $1. This one did not get a promo reprint, so you can only pick between this and Glory Finder. Market price on it is 33 cents, but seeing as it's a pretty good generic for Runecraft, at $1 that seems about reasonable at this point. And the number of promos available on the market, 16 listings starting at 80 cents. This is for the Evo, and the market price is almost $1 there. If you want the original that comes out of the starter deck, there are only 5 listings there, which is also kind of expected. It's the starter deck, not a free flowing copy. Market price is 27 cents on that one, and the starting listing is right around there too. Forte was looking at a breakout in value, but that didn't quite happen as expected. Ultimately, the price is now closer to $15 for the base legendary, and the super legendary is still around $24, $25. The ultimate rare of the Evo is still over $100 to pick up. $122 is the current base price, and when it comes to the Evo, that is still very easy to pick up at under $1 for the base listing, and then the super legendary of the Evo is currently at $4. Floral Fence is also running low on listings on the bottom end, where its base form now only has 1 listing from the original trial deck, and then you've got 2 listings from Glory Finder, and the promo saw an increase in value recently where the market price is still $2.74, but now the base price on this foil promo is $8. As for the Evo, still plenty of listings on that one. You have the Glory Finder one added to this list, but there are no stock listings of that one at all. And it's under $1 to pick up for the one that comes out of the original starter deck. And if you want the foil promo, that's $1.50 to start right now. Rose Gardener is still on buyout status with only 1 listing available at $10 right now, but the market price is still sitting at $3.07. This is only for the base form though. And in terms of sales, it's been more sporadic than some of the others. They've been bought at $6 and $7 since the end of last month. But no one's buying this $10 copy. If we look, I don't think there were any. Nope. Highest sale was $7. So getting to $10 is going to be, I don't see it really happening. We've also got the reprint of Maisy Red Riding Hood, which is a prize promo that you got for winning your locals. Well, it's dropped off very heavily for being a prize promo. Now there are only 21 listings on it. That's still pretty significant. What am I saying? But it's only $1 to pick up. And it doesn't sell too much, but it definitely sells a whole lot more than that Rose Gardener did. At $1 to almost $1.50, and quantities are mostly consolidated around $2 here. But there are a few copies that you can pick up for $1 to $1.50. And our last note today is we do have a number of new promos coming from our new tournament pack set, as well as some other sources. And one of the big new promos to pick up from the pack is an alternate art of Safira, which comes out of set 5. This is a runecraft follower that originated from Portalcraft. Well, all I can say is have fun trying to get this one. It'll probably be as hard to get as the other runecraft follower, Felice, I think her name was. The one that's for Dirt Rune. But this one is only has one listing at $60 right now. Although I don't think there are any decks that really play this outside of Lyciana. Ultimately, you could find this as a tech later on if you play a rune deck that's more focused around followers. Which means you could probably consider it for Dirt Rune too, but then... Actually, yeah, you could. Even so, you don't see it played as heavily, which is why the originals are not that expensive to begin with. But this is an alternate art, so it's a given that it would get this type of traction. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.